Welcome back to the Quaker Steak and Lube 200, presented on speed by Dodge. It is a shootout to the finish.
Yes, it is. We're getting down to it.
Green flag in the air. We're back to racing. 16 laps to go.
Good jump by Kyle Busch. Ted Musgrave's going to clear the lap truck of Bobby Hamilton Jr., as does Terry Cook.
Last time Terry Cook finished in the top 2 was a year ago at this race. So Terry Cook with another great run at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
There's David Ruderman, the 17 Toyota. There's Dennis Setzer, the 85 Matt Crafton. What a good run Matt Crafton's had. The only driver in this field to have top 10 finishes and all 3 starts here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
And he looks like he's going to make it 4.
Got a great run going. He's currently being shown in the 8th position. Rick Crawford, the 14 truck, is 9th.
We talk about that being a great statistic of all the top 10 finishes, but I'm sure Matt Crafton would trade all the top 10 finishes in for 1 win. He's just looking for that 1 victory in this.
Work hard.
In this series.
Had a great run earlier this year at Martinsville. Finished, I think, in the 3rd position. So this team is on the brink of some good things.
Dennis Setzer again running strong, just in front of Matt Crafton in 7th position.
Kyle Busch that time was a 1/4 of a second faster than our 2nd place truck of Ted Musgrave. He ran within 1/100th of a second of his fastest lap of this entire race.
Say we got a shootout here to the end. We just need one thing for a shootout: somebody to be able to keep up with the 51.
Well, and it was the 5 that was so dominant early on, leading 38, the first 38 laps of this race, and then it's been all Kyle Busch. He's led the remaining 83 laps. So Ted Musgrave has got his hands full with Kyle Busch. Look how far he's put a distance between Ted Musgrave and Kyle Busch.
Here comes
Ted
Terry
Musgrave
Cook.
got his hands full. Here comes Terry Cook for 2nd.
Here comes those new right side tires passing no tires.
Followed closely by a cat that put on 4 tires with about 40 to go.
Todd Bodine now is knocking on the door of another top 2 finish.
Well, he's got quite a truck in front of him in Terry Cook. If he can get by Terry Cook, he's really worked hard tonight.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him.
He's worked hard tonight. I can assure you of that.
Kyle Busch looking as though he's on cruise control out in front now.
Consistently runs the fastest laps on the racetrack. He ran the fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago of all the trucks on the racetrack.
Almost a 1.5 seconds on Terry Cook. Kyle Busch.
10 to go at the left.
You hear the spotters letting them know when they get to the start-finish line, just 10 laps remaining in this one. Kyle Busch comes by the quad oval. 10 to go in Lowe's. Ray, what's happening with Rowdy?
Well, I just wanted to go back to the Days of Thunder theme real quick for you guys. A good friend of mine named Henry Dana actually bought the helmet that they used in the movie. It says Rowdy Burns on it, has a big 51 on the side. And I told Kyle Busch about it earlier today. He said, if I win this race tonight, I'm going to go over to Henry's house and I'm going to buy that helmet from him. I said, I'm telling you, it's probably not for sale. And Kyle said, everything in the world is for sale if you've got enough money.
Well, he probably has enough money. If I'm Henry right now, I am cheering louder than I've ever cheered in my life for Kyle Busch.
Because apparently he can name his own price.
Yeah, Henry.
And Ray just told him. Kyle Busch looking so strong tonight.
0.2 of a second that time faster than any other truck on the racetrack.
And I'm just so impressed and continue to be impressed with Richie Waters and the way he sets these trucks up. That thing is dragging the left front corner. That's the hardest corner to get to drag. It's the hardest part of the truck to get to stay down. Everything's wanting to roll over to the right. Richie doesn't have that problem. He's got that thing planted, and that's why Kyle can run like this. His truck is cooperating with him.
Nice and smooth in the tree. Don't give up that line. Don't give up.
Eric Almirola, our top rookie running tonight, just behind the 14 of Rick Crawford. And Eric has had a tough day. Boy, in qualifying, got spun around, but was able to have a good qualifying performance. Now the battle for 2nd. Terry Cook trying to hold off Todd Bodine. Krista.
Guys, Todd Bodine's run so impressive. I know he has those great numbers at 1.5 mile tracks, but remember, he came in on lap 6 because his truck was so loose, they had the hood up. Then on that stop on lap 87, when they took 4 tires, they slid way back in the field because they had a lug nut fall off. He has definitely worked his way through traffic and doing exactly what we expected him to do, run up in the top 5 again at a 1.5 miles.
Look at the balance, almost about to fall off of the front of this number 51 Chevrolet.
5 to go, 5 to go.
Little piece of aluminum, it looks like maybe he's been dragging that left front, Michael, as you mentioned a while ago, and there's probably a little piece of aluminum underneath that, and whatever it was there is gone.
It fell off.
Man.
He wore it off.
Race car drivers, I'm loving watching that truck go around the track. It's an engineering feat what Richie's accomplished with that thing. He's got it tucked down in the front, and he's going to town.
With 5 laps to go, does that become a caution with debris on the racetrack?
Not yet.
Apparently nobody's seeing it. If I'm Terry Cook right now, I'm yelling debris on the racetrack.
Well, Terry Cook probably realizes that he's not going to be able to run with Kyle Busch. He's not within 0.2 of a second of him any laps, so he probably would just as soon this race finish like it is, let him take his second place finish and go to the house.
4 laps of racing to go.
That 51 truck had a perfect night. He qualified 20th. He drove to the front. Todd Bodine started in the middle of the pack, went to the back, and now he's come to the front. Ted Musgrave didn't get tires. He's running the top 5.
Nice city.
What I'm saying is there's plenty of ways to skin a cat in this series.
Kyle Busch up in front. Terry Cook holding on to second. Todd Bodine a strong run looking to take away second from Terry Cook. Musgrave in 4th. Hornaday in 5th. Rudiman, Setzer, Crafton, Almirola, and Crawford rounding out our top 10. 3 laps of racing to go for young Kyle Busch. Ray Dunlap.
Well, the last 2 wins here at Lowe's Motor Speedway have been by Chevrolets, Kyle Busch and Dennis Setzer. When it comes to 1.5 mile tracks, they've got the most victories. 20 coming into tonight's race, and it looks like it's going to be 21.
Boy, it sure does, Ray.
And speaking of 20 and 21, a year ago, Kyle Busch was 20 when he won this race. Well, he's 21 now.
He probably is 21 now. Yeah.
He's looking to make it the 21st victory.
10-4.
Just a lap and a half to go for Kyle Busch. He's got a few lap trucks that he needs to negotiate. He's not going to take any chances. He's got about a 3.5 second lead right there. He just drives by the 07 of Johnny Chapman.
Widest margin of victory ever at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Only 3 races run before, but man, what a performance Kyle Busch has put on tonight, as he has 3 seconds between himself and Terry Cook with just 1 lap remaining.
All he's got to do is make it back, Rick, and it's his.
Easy, easy, easy.
Yeah, Spotter telling him to be easy, be easy. You got a big lead. He's going to clear both those trucks by the time he gets to turn number 3.
Through 3 and out of 4, here comes the 51 of Kyle Rowdy Busch winning at Lowe's.
Hell yeah, boys, that's it. Woo-hoo-hoo! Schooled them today.
That's for sure. They did school him. They had a great battle. Dennis Setzer and Matt Crafton for the 7th position. Looked like Dennis Setzer just barely was able to hold off Matt Crafton. Another top 10 for Matt Crafton, though.
Impressive run for Matt Crafton. Another good run for Dennis Setzer.
Eric Darnell able to sneak into the top 10 past Rick Crawford on the very last lap. Got his 3rd top 10 finish of the year.
How about the teamwork between Richie Waters?
You guys are awesome, buddy. Thanks for everything. I'm out of words. I don't even know what to say. This is awesome.
That's Billy Ballou right there, team owner. Won 3 races last year with this combination, and this is the first time Kyle's run this year. Win number 1.
That's 4th victory for Kyle Busch in his 19th career start. Pretty good average for Kyle Busch. The Germain train. Wow. A shock right there. Todd Bodine finishes 3rd. First time in 9 races at 1.5 mile tracks that he's not finished in the top 2. 3rd is not too bad.
Too bad. And Ted Musgrave, the other Germain truck, keeps his streak alive. All top 5 finishes this year. As you see Kyle Busch burning it down.
And I'm guessing he's not going to be able to burn the tires off here as hard as these good years are.
I bet you he gives it a try.
He's giving it a great try, and the fans are enjoying it.
Can't say enough about Terry Cook's run, though. Brought Dennis Conner over there to that Power Stroke Diesel team. He finished second here last year, and it's been pretty much downhill since then, but they've seen some light at the end of the tunnel. They got a 6th place run at St. Louis our last time out. A great runner-up finish for Terry Cook.
Look at the smoke coming out of this truck. Kyle Busch coming out to celebrate with the fans at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Defending race winner. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to hold off the extremely strong team of the Germain Racing number 9 and number 30. Didn't have a problem with them, and Mark Martin didn't have a problem with him either. With the checkered flag, Kyle Busch climbs back into that number 51, and he will make his way to victory lane. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series on Speed is presented by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge, brought to you in part by Valvoline. Tested on the track, trusted on the road. And by Scotts. For a thick green lawn, guaranteed Scotts. Kyle Busch is going to take the long route to victory lane as he celebrates his 4th career win.